From Baywatch to Broadway, I got to experience being on Broadway, and that was exciting, but I didn't think I'd ever get the chance to do a film. I don't know if I could play anything very sexual or anything like that. I never wanted to really do that. You make these choices and think, oh, you know, that's okay, no one's gonna ever see this, no.
Do you feel like maybe Hollywood has underestimated you?
I think, how could they not? You know, Hollywood is full of rejection. In order to get an agent, you have to do something. I mean, it's the way it's kind of worked. The stars have to align. I mean, I've had this wild, messy, interesting, fun, romantic life and hard times too. I just kind of took an unorthodox route to get here. I say everything before now was just boot camp, you know?
And we're seeing a shift recently with more women over 50 taking back the spotlight, films like The Substance, Baby Girl, and obviously The Last Showgirl. Do you feel the industry is finally changing its way of considering women over 50?
I see women in, you know, older women in a lot of more European cinema, I guess. So maybe that's changing and more interesting, because I think every woman is a movie. And the older characters, you have so much to draw from. One of my favorite actresses is Isabelle Huppert, and she's working, and she's always worked, and I don't think she's ever really felt, you know, stuck in a generation or your career is over. There's obviously certain parts of the industry that you can age out of, but acting can last forever. I did feel it was over, but then I went into my garden and I made pickles and jam and I wrote a cookbook, and I thought, oh, well, from Baywatch to Broadway, I got to experience being on Broadway, and that was exciting, but I didn't think I'd ever get the chance to do a film. This is really, you know, blindsiding in so many ways. I'm just really excited, and it just shows that it's never too late.
What kind of roles are you interested in playing now?
I really want to challenge myself. The next movie coming out for me is Naked Gun with Liam Neeson, which was a really fun and very physical comedy. And then the things that I have coming up are very challenging, very unexpected, and very scary, but I'm going to do it.
And on the other hand, what kind of roles are you no longer willing to play?
It depends on the script and the director and who's doing it, but I feel like it really bothers me, you know, exploitation, and so I don't know if I could play anything very, you know, sexual or anything like that. I don't know, a sensual, romantic. I feel like I never wanted to really do that. It's just kind of what had happened, you know, and you make these choices and think, oh, you know, that's okay, no one's gonna ever see this, no. But this is a different time for me. I want to take on very challenging and full roles, women, you know, female characters that are experienced and interesting to me.
In The Last Showgirl, your character is a Vegas performer who finds out her show is closing, but who's not ready to give it up. What drew you to this role?
I just thought it was a fascinating character study, a really wonderful character to play. It was intimately written and intimately shot, and I just knew when I talked to Gia Coppola that this was going to be exciting, and I'd never been given this opportunity before, so I really, you know, took it on as a challenge and wanted to apply myself. So, I mean, it was something I had to do. It was life or death. I really had to do this, and I'm so grateful for it because Gia saw the documentary my son produced and knew that I had to be her Shelly. So she saw through the nonsense, which I always felt being a part of pop culture is a little bit, you start at a deficit because you have to convince people that you're human, that you have feelings, and then that you can transform. So it's an uphill battle. But I feel like I can breathe after I did this film.
What message would you give to women of the new generation evolving in a world of constant pressure of, to age backwards?
I just think we have to remember what our own original thoughts are and our own dreams are. I tell it to my kids. It's like we are inundated with so much stuff, and we've got to remember when we're not feeling good, it's usually because we're thinking other people's thoughts. This is why I chose to, you know, wear no makeup, for instance. It's like, I need to know what I feel and what I want to do again, not, you know, following the herd or anything. So I think that young people are inundated, and they also are having a hard time, you know, they just need to know who they are so they can find their purpose and realize their own dreams and not fall into the trappings of living other people's dreams.